Good morning, good morning. Hey, how y'all doing on this day? Yeah, I'm gonna do a video. I just supposed to be documenting everything that I see. God give different people different instructions. Me, if I see something, it's just like get the word out. So I'm getting the word out, y'all. It's just another warning. It's everything I'm gonna talk about. Just how everything been going, and just speak on what I had recently had a vision about. The vision don't never end, y'all. I be tickling myself. It don't never end. It's never ended. So I had a vision. So I'ma speak on it. I don't remember everything now because I told you some kind of transformation that has occurred, and I really don't have a memory. But he pressing me about this right here, so he won't let me forget it. Yeah. So yeah, I was just saying, hey, for those that don't know, my name's Shayna, and I'm just finna just speak on just something that just happened. And it's getting to a point where I'm just gonna say it like this. I'm getting to a point where Satan's starting to make me mad. Like I'm really starting to get mad right now. So okay, let me go and talk. So me and my daughter, my oldest daughter, my kids. So they had a trip. They had a trip to the zoo for the school. So I and my daughter. So I had already paid for the trip, not knowing that my daughter was gonna even be in town because she's always out of town. So I had paid for the trip because I was like, well, okay, I use this field trip as a family day for me and my kids. So I was like, okay, I pay for the trip. I said, and my younger daughter, I said, she gonna go on the trip too. So I said, I just make this a little family day for us just to be doing something with the school. So in the process of me doing this, my daughter, my oldest daughter, she's in town. So she's in town, and I tell her, I'm like, look, the kids, they got a trip. I probably be doing a field trip with them to the zoo. And I was like, you more than welcome to come. Because the thing about my oldest daughter is that she's into music. She's in the industry. She do everything dealing with this music thing. So she's hardly ever around. And so when she's around, she do try to create memories for her sisters. Like she do try to create memories. Like she be so busy traveling in and out the city, but she's going to make time for her sisters. And I told you in the previous video how how like her sister was in a group chat, and how I'm in a group chat dealing with stuff dealing with her music, and how one of her younger sisters thought she was talking to her sister, and to set this stuff in a group chat, this video game, because she actually played online games with her sisters. She tried to connect with her sisters when she away. So I was telling her, I'm like, look, I gotta go to, I already paid for the trip. We probably going to the zoo, and since you in the city, I'm like, you can just go, come to the zoo with us on this trip. So my daughter, she was like, okay, she was like, yeah, it'd be perfect, cause like I said, she's still trying to squeeze time and to create memories with her sisters, even though she's like so busy. And so we end up getting to the zoo or whatever. Everything was cool. And you know, when we get to the zoo, I'm thinking like, okay, we can just, travel with the teacher and the kids. And when the teacher saw how many kids she had to watch, when she saw how many students she had at the zoo, she started splitting the kids up with the parents. So I'm like there like, okay, it's family day. I'm kicking with me and my kids, and in the process of me just going, just to spend time with my kids and just kind of enjoy the zoo. I'm appointed these kids because she started grouping like each parent up with like 5, 6 kids a parent. So me and my daughter, like, I already got 2 of my younger kids with me. So I had 3 kids that was appointed to me in this group, and I got to watch over these kids. But I got my older daughter with me. Y'all, when they did that, my older daughter, she kept saying, Mama, I don't know what you would have did if I weren't here. Wait on this plane to go. But y'all know that when I be doing these videos, it be like, it's demonic. It always be some kind of distraction in the background. Every single video. Even the video when I was talking about that Pentecostal Sunday, and it was just this ringing noise in the background. As soon as I said Pentecostal Sunday, the whole video got that noise in it. And I was just like, oh well. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So when I get on this trip, in my mind, I'm just like, okay, it's a family. You know, I'm just spending time with the kids. You know, I paid for the trip, so I paid for the trip to just kind of enjoy the experience. But when I go, I'm appointed these kids, so I'm appointed like 3 extra kids. But I got my 2 plus the 3, and then I got my oldest daughter who I asked to come on the trip too. Yeah, the teacher switched it up real fast. She switched it up so fast. Like us parents, we just like, okay, let's go and do this tour. But in order, you can't really do a tour with 25, 30 kids unless you break them up. Like, it's no way that you're gonna be able to have that experience with that many kids all at one time. So I mean, she just did what she knew to do. She used full advantage of us parents on this trip. But I be having so much going on, and I'm a single mother, 5 kids, and you know, just going on the trip there, being appointed more kids. My older daughter, she kind of was tickled. She like, dog, mama. She like, what you would have did if I wasn't with you? You know, cause just randomly I got even more kids to watch. Yeah. So we at the zoo, we kicking or whatever. My oldest daughter, she there, and you know, my oldest daughter being there, our group, we VIP. Like, we VIP. Like, money is not an option. Like, whatever y'all want, y'all getting. So we did what? About everybody popsicles for our little trip, our little tour, our little zoo tour we was on. Like, whatever they wanted, they got. So I even with stuff they didn't want, I got them. So I ended up getting them popsicles on tour. Our little tour, we went around. My daughter, she paid for everybody to get on the merry-go-round. So everybody got on the merry-go-round on the tour. What else we do? Like, we did a lot. We did a lot on our little tour. And so when we got ready to go, you know, my daughter, she just told everybody that, you know, they can get, we was gonna go to what they call it, the gift shop. The gift shop to get a gift. And she let everybody pick out any kind of gift they wanted. She told them they could only get one gift. So she picked out any gift whatever they picked up, that's what they got. I would tell my oldest daughter, I said, the kids don't know they got it made with us. Like, they don't know we finna, whatever they want, they can get. Money is not an option. Get whatever y'all want. So that's how it was on the trip. So she just told everybody, my oldest daughter just was like, okay, whoever in the group, including my 2, everybody get one gift. It don't matter, just get what you want. And you know, that's how it was. So that's how we end the trip. So when we end the trip from the zoo, you know, I'm thinking like, oh, we just had a real nice time. You know, we headed home. Like, me and my kids, we like headed home. So in the middle of us heading home, this car going in the wrong direction and rammed to a pole. This car goes in the wrong direction, rammed to a pole. We in the traffic of this car. Like, we just like a couple of seconds behind this car that just out of nowhere, they just went in the wrong direction and went dead into a pole right in front of us. So when they do that, everybody's merging and swerving and trying to get out the way. And when this car hit the pole, everybody's screaming, hollering, running at this point. So everybody that was in that car just jumped out and started running. So I guess it was a stolen car. But all us that's in this traffic, everybody is like just trying to drive around this commotion that just occurred right in front of us. So in the process of it, y'all, yes, I was involved in another accident. My brand new truck God just gave me, brand new accident, a whole nother accident behind this. But it wasn't like no serious damage or nothing to me or my kids during this time. So that's why in the beginning of the video, I'm like, Satan started making me mad now. Like, I'm just starting to get mad. Because this is ridiculous. A whole nother accident. So I'm speaking on it to say that accident, it go back to my elephant dream. So I had that dream that I told you all about where I had this elephant in the truck with me. And I told you, me and this elephant riding around, and I would just tell you the elephant was blind, but its senses was heightened because it was blind. Well, the elephant dream, part of the elephant dream, because it's sections of it, part of the elephant dream represented this accident that I was in. And actually, the elephant in the car with me represented protection. So I was protected in the middle of whatever this chaos was, and I can't even tell y'all what was going on. Like, I can't even break down because it was so chaotic. Like, I told you, like, I be in Final Destination, y'all. And in the previous video back in December, my whole vehicle was totaled out. I went inside the store. Somebody in the parking lot just completely totaled my whole entire truck out, y'all. So I come out the store and I ain't got transportation. I can't even get home. I'm in the store just trying to get me some. By the time I'm in the store, everybody running in the store screaming, asking who truck they got hit. And sure enough, it was my truck. So my whole vehicle was totaled out. So after we leave the zoo, you know, we up there treating the kids, everything good. This car out of nowhere goes in the wrong direction in the middle of all this traffic. And it ended up hitting a pole. And when it hit a pole, everybody just started scouting running that was in the vehicle. And everybody that was in traffic, which included me and my family, everybody just trying to maneuver around all of this stuff that just going on. And it wasn't just me on the road, other people on the road too. So everybody trying to maneuver. And in the process, boom, I'm in another accident. Yeah, my new vehicle. So that's why I told you. I said, I'm tired. I'm Satan getting on my nerve now. Like, for real. So I talk about the elephant because before I had this accident, I already posted a video, but I talked about this elephant. And I think I did when I was talking about the Pentecostal Sunday and walking by faith and not by sight. And it's all that noise in the background, which was a distraction. But that video coincides with the elephant and the fact that, you know, the elephant was, I had that vision about the elephant in the car, in my truck. And I was like, it ain't no way you could drive with an elephant in the truck, but I was driving with an elephant in the truck. Okay, that elephant was protection because I was involved in an accident, me and my whole family. I'm getting sick. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired out here, y'all. So yeah, so that's what's going on, and I'm just like bring remembrance to this elephant. And I'm going to say this to add on to, I recently had a vision. So everything good, you know, stuff like that. But like when stuff go on, I just like go to God with it. And when I speak to God, I just talk. I know that God represents righteousness and justice. I know He represents righteousness and justice. So if something happened to me and it's not righteous and it's not justice, I go before God with it. So with my new truck, I'm like, God, you just gave me this truck. I said, this truck, I ain't even had this truck a month. And I'm in a whole nother accident. I was just like, you know, and I just plead my case with him. And I just be arguing with him about the righteousness and just. And him being righteous and just. And if you righteous and just, and I just got this new vehicle you just blessed me with, and I'm involved in a whole nother accident, Satan ain't playing fair right now, God. Like this right here now. Like this, it's no way possible. It's no way. So that's how I talk to God, especially with something dealing with Satan, because he's like, he gonna like, it ain't never fair when you play with Satan. So when I go before God, I always talk about the fairness, the righteousness, the just, and if it's your principles, God, and my whole other vehicle totaled completely out, I get a new vehicle and I'm involved in another accident in less than a month. Now, God, Satan ain't playing fair right now. Like this right here, this ain't cool. So then, that's how I talk to him for real. So, and that's what I said for real. And that's how I feel for real. And now Satan is just getting on my nerves. So, y'all, I say all that to say, I recently had a dream. And in this vision, I'm driving, but it's motorcycles on the road. And I'm just saying, FYI, it's a spirit of death in the streets anyway. So if you don't have to be out driving, try not to be in the streets. It's a spirit of death on the streets. I tell my daughter I can feel death on the streets. So I tell her what way to go to avoid like certain major incidents and accidents and stuff. I tell her, I'm like, don't jump on this street. Don't jump on this street. Jump off the E-way. I tell her to even take back streets. I be like, if you don't have to be on the expressway, do not get on the expressway. I told her that too. That's a warning that I told her. I said, if you drive, I don't care where you going. If you have to jump on the expressway, Jump on the expressway to get you as far as you need to go, and then get off of the expressway ASAP. Do not stay on the expressway when you drive. It's a spirit of death in the streets. So I told her this. So I'm warning y'all with the same warning. It's a spirit of death in the streets. If you ain't got to be in the streets, do not be in the streets. Just go where you need to go. Get to where you need to get to. Get back home ASAP. Get out the streets. It's a spirit of death being released in the streets. Get out the streets. If you ain't got to be nowhere, do not try to get out and be nowhere. And in this vision I had recently, it was dealing with motorcycles. So you drive motorcycles, and now it's not the time to be out in the street. It's very dangerous if you ride motorcycles and you out in the streets. I did previous posts and I spoke on motorcycles. I did previous posts where I posted about be careful, and I even gave some street names and stuff to be careful if you ride motorcycles. But it's a spirit in the streets. It's a spirit of death in the streets with motorcycles, especially because I recently seen motorcycles. So if you ride motorcycles, just be extra cautious when you out in the streets. Try to pair up, try to be with somebody. It's not normal, it's spiritual. Like, it's not like normal, ooh, let me ride my bike. It's something spiritual going on right now. So if you're just like, ooh, I'm so confident in riding your bike, just be extra cautious, because it's a spirit being released, especially on those that ride motorcycles. I seen it in the spiritual realm. I ride motorcycles. Ain't nothing told me to get on no motorcycle, so I ain't jumping on no motorcycle right now. So my intuition, because maybe some people ride motorcycles, ain't got no intuition telling them when to get on, when to get off. My intuition is saying, post up somewhere. Don't jump on no bike right now. Because in the vision, it was like, I was like trying to ride. And while I was trying to like ride in traffic, it was a motorcycle in front of me. And this motorcycle kind of swerving, like it didn't really have control. Like it didn't really have control on the road. Like it was just like a hazard to be behind this motorcycle. In this like vision that I recently had. So I'm just sending out a warning for those that ride motorcycles. That you know, if you ride up, just exercise safety and use wisdom during this time. If you riding a bike out here, it's still dangerous anyway. Cause you in a car, and if you in a car and you experiencing all this, you know it's 10 times it's dangerous on a motorcycle going through the same thing. And I can't even tell y'all how many accidents I've been in. I told you just like find a destination, y'all. Every time I go out, like find a destination, but it ain't my time and I'm protected. So hey, I ain't got no fear. I'm getting mad now. Not Satan is like agitating me now, y'all. Like y'all just don't understand. Like God just blessed me with this brand new truck, brand new vehicle, and I just left the zoo, had fun with my kids, and before I couldn't even get home, this just chaos just happened right in front of me. And yes, I was involved in another accident. So now I'm mad. So now I'm like really getting like really mad. I'm like, God, if you say this is what you represent, there's no way I should be going through accident after accident after accident out here. And it don't even be my fault. It ain't my fault, y'all. How can you go into a store and come out, your whole vehicle totaled out, and you park? Like you in a parking space and your whole vehicle totaled out. And when you parked all the way over somewhere, but this car hit the vehicle so hard that your car is actually at the entrance of the store. How can that be? Out of every car on the parking lot, my car is the one that's hit at the entrance of the store and totaled out. Yeah. So that's what happened. I just had another accident. I try to get to where I'm going, try to get home, try to stay out the streets altogether if possible. Stay out the streets altogether if possible. I'm getting another warning. I normally don't do the warnings. I do tell my kids stuff like that, but something just eating me up, eating my spirit up about, you know, just sending a warning about just being out here in the streets altogether, and especially for people that ride motorcycles. Especially for people that ride motorcycles. Just lay low right now. You'll have your time to enjoy the streets and enjoy what you're trying to enjoy, but right now it's not the time to be out in the streets, especially if you're on a motorcycle. And that's all I gotta say. And y'all just enjoy y'all day. Y'all stuff be coming to me on the back end of the videos. But you know, I told my daughter she be real busy, so after we left the zoo, after all that happened, she supposed to be leaving Like, she already had a flight, everything. She supposed to have been leaving, but then we was in this accident on the way home from the zoo. So she had to push her flight back behind all this. And it was just, but we ended up going to church, though. So all this was going on. Like, my vehicle totaled. Well, my vehicle not totaled, y'all. It's good. Everything good. Like, everything good. But I think this trip happened on a Friday, and we was planning to go to church that Sunday, and then my vehicle was in an accident. Then my daughter, she supposed to been leaving that Friday, but because of the accident, it pushed it back. She pushed her flight back, like she just pushed it all the way back, and she said, "Mama, you know what?" She said, "I'm gonna go to church." She said, says all this stuff happening throughout my time, because as soon as we left the zoo, she already supposed to be leaving and go out of state and stuff like that. So when this accident happened, she had to reschedule her flight, and so she just said that she was going to reschedule it for after Sunday so she could go to church. So she like, "Mom, I'm gonna go to church." So I did get the kids to church. Through all of this, vehicle being in an accident, all this going on, everything going on, yes, we did end up in church that Sunday behind everything. I was like, got my vehicle, God, but we still went to church, God. Y'all, we did go to church and still give God his praises, even through the midst of everything that happened, y'all. So that's all I got to say on the back end of that. That's the only thing come to me. Yes, it's off the top of my head. It's not me. It's what come to me. So so that's it, y'all. And y'all enjoy y'all day. So I didn't close. The video twice, and I'm just speaking as far as like my location. Like, I'm from Memphis, yeah. So if it's something going on in the city, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm a watchman over my city, because if something going on with the city, I'm be in the loop of the city. Now I know it's spiritual, so it might be other places, but the warning about being careful. But the warning about being careful in traffic, and especially with motorcycles, I know it pertains to Memphis because that's where I'm from. So I'm sending a warning to, like, the people in this city. Like, I don't know how it's set up for other cities, but 9 times out of 10, when you're dealing with spiritual, yeah, it's probably other areas too, where if you out in the streets, it's kind of like dangerous to be out, to even drive to the store. Like, you get to a point you can't even drive to the store and make it back home. I'm shaking my head, y'all. Because I'm just like, this right here is ridiculous right here. Like, that's really how I'm feeling right now. Like, really, when I say Satan is making me mad, it getting to a point where, yeah, I'm like really mad. Because I'm like, God, you just gave me this new truck. And then for me just be involved in an accident randomly with my kids, right after we left the zoo. But we did make it to church. So I guess that was the detour. Like, something was trying to stop us from going to church, but I ended up getting, me and all the kids, we ended up going to church still. Even after everything went on, we still ended up making it to church that Sunday. But I do got to specify that I do live in Memphis, so when I speak on the weather and stuff like that, it's going to be mainly pertaining to my city, Memphis. Of course, it's going to be other areas, but this where God got me stationed, right here in Memphis. So some of these warnings is right here in Memphis. Yeah.